Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the-kyle-chronicles, and today I'm going to be talking through what a typical medically transitioning timeline looks like for if you live in Canada. I know if you live in the States, it's probably going to be vastly different, and in the UK, same thing. If you are from the UK though, then I suggest you check out Jamie Dodger. I'll link his video. He recently did a video all about his medical transition and the timeline it took over there. So that might be more helpful, and if I can find one for the States, I'll do my best. If not, this might be kind of the same route, but yeah, this is my timeline specifically in Alberta, Canada. I know in places like Toronto and Vancouver, this timeline can be sped up a bit because there are just more resources for trans people there. But yeah, I'll get right into it for you guys. So obviously my timeline starts with me coming out, which was in 2015. I don't have an exact date written down. 2015 is when I officially came out to my friends, boyfriend, parents as trans. In March 2015, I came out also to my doctor because for a while I had been talking to my mom about wanting to start transitioning, getting on hormones, and eventually getting top surgery. So in order to do that, I had to come out to my family doctor because he had to send out referral letters to different gender psychiatrists. I'm not sure if that's the correct word, but basically they're people whose their speciality is in dealing and treating trans patients and helping them get on the correct path for their transition and what's right for them. So March 2015 is when that happened. He sent out 2 different referral letters because in Alberta at the time, there were only 3 doctors, one of them who only helped under the age of 16, I believe, and I was over the age of 16 by that time. So it was sent out to 2 different doctors, one of who I ended up seeing. In March 28th, 2016, I had my first appointment with my gender psychiatrist, Dr. Warnicki. He was the most, I think the best gender psychiatrist in all of North America, so I was very lucky to be able to have the chance to work with him. So June 4th, 2016 was my second appointment with Dr. Warnicki. Now, I had my hysterectomy referral sent out by the second appointment, which I still have not received, but we'll get into that later on. 3 months after my initial appointment was my second one, and the initial appointment was more like just finding out information about everything. This one was a little more specific as to what I wanted out of my transition. Then October 4th, so June, July, August, September, 4 months after my second date was my third appointment with him. That is when he sent out my referral letters to an endocrinologist, which is the person that prescribes hormones, either testosterone or estrogen, to start HRT, and also my top surgery letter. That was done by the third appointment because I had another appointment, not with him, but with the girl who was working with him, in regards to changing my name and how I was feeling so far and stuff. And so by that point, because I had a good support system, he felt it was okay for me to have those referral letters sent out and, to start that process. On November 21st, 2016, I had my first appointment at the endocrinologist. So again, that's the person who would later prescribe me testosterone. At this appointment, it was a lot of finding out how much I weighed, what medications I was on. It was the beginning of my run of blood tests to make sure, that I was healthy and everything, and I would be viable to start testosterone. And then January 4th, 2017, so this is now 2 years after I came out, I got sent for the extensive blood work in order to clear me to start testosterone. So this is where they find out your natural testosterone levels and everything else. It's if there's a blood test for it, I probably got sent for it that day, because they have to make sure everything is clear and what your natural levels are in order for you, for what dose you will start out as. And then January 12th, so this is about a week after those blood tests, because they got sent directly to the endocrinologist, and this was my next appointment with her, I started testosterone. So this was 2 years after my initial referral letter got sent out. It took 2 years for me to be cleared to see an endocrinologist to then get testosterone. But it's now March 2018. I still have not heard back in regards to a hysterectomy or top surgery, and I'm just over a year on testosterone. Also, this video is inspired because I've seen a lot of people online complaining about trans kids and how they gain access to hormones way too quickly, and it's just, that's false. It does take a long time, and there are a lot of steps before a kid will get hormones, especially if they haven't already naturally gone through one puberty. If anything, they're giving hormone blockers, which are completely reversible. It just, it basically gives them more of a deciding period as to whether they want to start hormones or not, and it allows the doctors and psychiatrists to work with them a bit before they actually alter their bodies. The only thing it does is delay puberty, which is fine. So, that's why I made this, just to give you guys a better understanding whether you're in support of trans people or not, of, like, the timelines we go through. And I know the timelines seem kind of short, and in reality it kind of is. It is kind of short, but when you're actually, like, living through those 2 years, it feels like the process is just extremely stretched out, and it takes so long, because there aren't enough specialists for trans patients to, you know, supply everyone with the care they need. And if you are trans and this sounds like discouraging to you guys, please don't get discouraged from this, okay? The process is definitely worth it, and I can understand why it takes as long as it does, as nice as it would be to have it sped up like a bunch. But it's worth it in the end, especially if this is something you truly want. And if it's something you're on the fence about, then it's even better that it takes a bit of longer time, because you have more time to, like, think about your feelings and talk them over with either your support group or the gender psychiatrist or even the endocrinologist regarding doses and stuff. But yeah, that's my medical transition timeline thing in Alberta, Canada, as I said in the beginning of this video. Yeah, I hope this helps somebody. I may eventually update this video once I do get my top surgery and hysterectomy done, but only time will tell. I will see you guys next week with my 14 months on T update, and there'll be a bit of an explanation as to why I didn't post a T vlog last month. But until then, bye.